Lot of young people get sucked up in the corporate job because there is a huge amount of stereotype that if someone is working in an NGO, basically he is not that smart or he is not that intelligent person.
Many a time when we went to the villages, it was often risking our own lives. And it was the first time they were seeing a four-wheeler. Malaria is the number one killer in this area. Malnutrition is another issue. The magnitude of the problem is unimaginable. At any given point of time, almost 40% of the population are carrying the malaria germs.
In 2013, Dr. Aquinas started Swasthya Swaraj, an NGO that has been running fully functional clinics into remote villages in the region. 150 per 1000 infants were dying in the region when Dr. Aquinas started. That number is now down to about 100, and it might take another 10 years to bring it down to the average infant mortality rate for India, that is 30 deaths per 1000 children.
The most important thing in solving a problem like this, it's not the facilities, I think it is the manpower.
My name is Dr. Sandeep. I did my MSc in Global Health from the University of Glasgow. So after that, I was confused as to what I had to do.
While in UK, Sandeep came across India Fellowship, a 13-month-long social leadership program that helps young Indians spend majority of the time working on ground for a non-profit.
They place you based on your skill set. So I thought, why not work in a remote place where there is issue with healthcare, infrastructure. That's how I ended up here.
Sandeep faces a major challenge. Very often, patients who have already been treated for malaria show up again in few months with the exact same disease.
It's not just the curative approach, it's also the prevention. So it's important for us to educate the villages here.
ये मच्छर का घर है, इस घर को हम कैसे
When I was told that I will go and work in a healthcare setup, especially I was going to go with a co-fellow who is already a doctor and he's one of the persons who's going to be checking the patients. So if I'm not a doctor, I would be the most useless person in this organization. That's what I was feeling.
But here's the thing, doctors alone can't solve the healthcare problems that inflict such poor regions. A lot has to do with poor levels of literacy and awareness.
ତମେ କେତେ ପଢିଛ?
ପଢି ନାହିଁ ମୁଁ ଏଲେ 2 କ୍ଲାସ୍ ପରେ ପଢିଥିଲି।
ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ଜାଣିଛ କେନ ଅଛି?
ନାଇଁ ବନାଇ ଜାନେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଲା ଲୋକ କିଏ ୟାର ଜାନେ।
କେତେ ବର୍ଷ ହେଲାଣି ତମକୁ?
ନାଇଁ ବାପା ଏଟା କହି ପାରିବି ନାହିଁ।
So even when you set up a clinic and get doctors here, villagers are not going to just show up. Many would rather go to a traditional healer in the village itself. Dr. Aquinas knew this when she started off, and therefore a local woman from each village was employed as a Swasthya Sathi, who was trained enough to be able to identify the sick in her village and then encourage them to get themselves checked at the clinic. Because most of these Sathis can speak only in their native tribal language, relatively educated tribal boys who could speak both Hindi and the native language were hired as field animators, each animator being responsible for coordination with few Sathis under him.
So what I found was the gender imparity that you see here. All the field animators are extremely talented but very underconfident people. They hesitate a lot, especially when it comes to communication. I gave them trainings on how to identify your emotions, how to deal with your anger, and the role of gender in society. So these are the basic things I trained them on.
I feel that as a doctor, I should work for people who are like marginalized from society.
Unless and until we have a world where people are treated equally, you cannot say that the problems that are existing will be solved.
India Fellows like Sandeep and Mahir are solving social problems that they care about. Visit indiafellow.org to know more about the fellowship and to apply.